Welcome back to my channel. My name is Charlotte. I'm the trauma-informed teacher, and my channel is all about teachers balancing their personal lives with their work lives. Self-care, taking care of your family, all of those topics are things that I cover. I would like to take you through a week in my life as a teacher. I want to show you some of the things that I do for me, some of the things I do for my family, and some of the things that I do for my students. Come along with me and enjoy a week in my life as a teacher. Recently, we have been studying weather, and that is one of my favorite topics to go through with my 7th graders. This is a great time of year to do weather. It's my favorite time of year to do weather because the weather's changing. I've been taking my students outside to look at different cloud types. We took some cloud selfies over this last week, and also students have been enjoying taking the temperatures. And they're working on a project right now to try to figure out how to get a model hot air balloon to fly. They are working on their second or some of them third trials, trying to get these things up in the air. And let me tell you that this is a favorite project that my students do in the 7th grade, and they talk to each other about it. They look forward to it. When they're 6th graders, they're like, I can't wait until next year when we get to do the hot air balloon project. That's so cool. Of course, you have to be very careful with this. I'm the only one that does anything that involves fire, and I do all of the trials one at a time so I can really closely monitor what's going on. We talk about fire safety, but there's so many great things that the students learn from doing this. And my main reason for doing it is to introduce convection and to talk about how convection affects our weather. It's really the basis for, air masses moving and fronts coming in, and they need to understand that before they'll be able to understand anything else about weather. So it's a great project. In fact, I've thought of putting this on a teacher pay teacher store. I don't have one yet. It's something that, it takes some time to maintain. And once I start putting things out there, then, there's a certain expectation by my followers that every so often I'll have, new materials. So haven't started it yet. Maybe that's something I'll look to start this summer.
Good job. You got it to go. I've never seen anybody actually get that one to work. Now, the only thing is it doesn't stay up for very long, right? But you did show how it will go up if it traps enough hot air, right? That's pretty cool. Good job.
I decided to cut the bag shorter so maybe it'd float better.
Okay, because it's lighter from being shorter. Okay, cool. All right, let's try it out. It's out of the way enough right there. Can you open that up a little bit more? There you go. That's good.
Oh, wait. It's melting the bag.
Oh, it's melting the bag because it's too close. Okay. All right. So, well, it was a good thought, but we needed to be a little bit further away from the seat source, like further out. Okay. Once we finish the studies of convection, we move on to cloud types, and my students have been enjoying learning about the different cloud types. I tried an activity this week that I've seen done from some other Instagrammers where you use chalk marker on the lab tables and it wipes right off afterwards. It was so much fun. The kids really enjoyed it. They used cotton balls to make the different shapes of the clouds, to review what they had learned, and then they wrote the types of clouds right on the tables. And when we were finished, we just wiped everything down with a wet wipe. We're doing so much of that now anyway with COVID, so it really wasn't an extra step for us. And today I connected all those ideas by discussing with students how clouds affect the temperature during the daytime and nighttime, and we just talked a little bit about what that would mean for the forecast. So I'm moving towards forecasting. That's the most difficult part of teaching weather, is to teach the kids how to put it all together and make their own forecast. So that will be their final project. And we're trying to get this wrapped up, if not completely finished before spring break, which it's coming quickly. So we might be extending the projects a little bit into after spring break, but that's okay because I need to go on to their life sciences. Good morning. We are on our way to the church. We have a fundraiser today. We're having a ham and bean or soup dinner. You get your choice. So people are coming, well, I guess it's a luncheon, but people are coming out to get takeout. So that's the way that we have modified it this year. They did like a, well, what kind of a supper was it that they did before? Was it spaghetti?
Carolina barbecue.
Oh, Carolina barbecue. So we did Carolina barbecue not that long ago, and it was a big hit. A lot of people came. In fact, they said they had slightly more people come to the carry out than they actually normally would have in person. So that was like surprising to us. So people actually really liked it, and they asked if we would do another one, and the common request was ham and beans. So that's what we're doing, but we're also offering soup because not everyone likes ham and beans. Wonderful United Methodist women's group that basically like supports our church. They are amazing. They do all kinds of things for us and encourage people in the community, and it's just a really wonderful group of ladies.
We got 2 more weeks.
So we have 2 weeks of school and then spring break, but that's really, really close. Our board is meeting on Tuesday night to have a special meeting, and we're anxiously awaiting, not anxiously, but just eagerly awaiting to find out what they have to say. The whole state is, so basically all school districts are supposed to provide an option for at-home learning for students that still need to be at home during this time. So I don't know. I'm just wondering if that's ever going to change now. I'm starting to wonder if we're going to be offering remote as another option for schooling, like from here on out. We'll see. It'll be interesting to find out like what the after effects are of everything, because I know some students have learned better at home. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Plus, you know, they say COVID's not going away. We have vaccines, but we're still learning about the variant strains and, you know, what we can and can't do to protect ourselves, and it'll be interesting. I'm feeling good about the fact that we are somewhat getting back to normal. It's starting to feel more and more like, you know, school was in the past. So that is nice. And I just appreciate that I'm able to get through a lot more material now than I was in the past. Honestly, I kind of like the 4-day-a-week schedule. I don't know how parents feel about it, if parents really like it or if it's a nuisance to them because of work. I'm not really sure. But I like the 4-day, and I mean 4-day-a-week in person schedule. Fridays have been nice because that's when we have had all of our staff development. That's when we've had our meetings, and they haven't been interrupted by what we do on a daily basis. Like before, when we were doing our meetings during the school week, and we had 5 days a week, we were on meeting days kind of having to scramble to make sure that everything was set up for our students. Like you go to a meeting and you come back and you have to like switch gears, and I mean, we can do it. We were doing it before, but it's so nice to have that day that's dedicated to that. So if students aren't doing their work at home, I think they need to come back to school. But there's a lot going on right now, so I'm not sure if we can mandate anything at this point, even if the kids are not doing their work. It is not quite as windy today. It's definitely calmed down a little bit, and we're getting some sunshine, so that's nice on this first day of spring, right? Today's the first day of spring officially on the calendar. So I got this new jacket. It's a cropped leather jacket. It is a little bit like more, I don't know, edgy than something that I normally wear, but I kind of am enjoying that. Like it's something a little different to add to my wardrobe, but my eyes are watering from the wind, I guess. But it's one of the things that was suggested on Busby Style for the wardrobe basics for spring and summer. So I decided I would try it out. So today I threw on my outfit really easily. I have a pair of olive pants on, just a V-neck tee, one of the tees that I showed you earlier, and my new little jacket. So we're gonna try and see how it goes. It's a kind of a thin jacket, and it's faux leather, so it's not super warm. And the wind is kind of chilly today, so I brought my sweater just in case, but we'll see how it goes. I don't know if I'm gonna be in the kitchen or if I'm gonna be running back and forth with food out to the cars. Not really sure. So I wasn't here when they did the last dinner, so I wasn't part of all of that. All right, well, I am going to let you go, and I will catch back up to you later when I'm doing more planning for next week. In the 8th grade, my students are finishing up their evolution unit. In fact, they are just testing on it this week. And so in this video, you'll see how I created model ice cores. This is from Science Lessons That Rock. She has that out on Teacher Pay Teacher. And it's a great resource to teach about climate change. Of course, when you teach evolution, climate change kind of gets lumped into there, so it's a good time to talk about it. And just, evidence of what the life was like on Earth in the past. So it fits right in very nicely with that unit. So I created these ice cores using her model, using Pringles cans, and it took me like 3 days to get my ice cores ready. And I even put some ash in one layer from my fireplace for students to represent volcanic ash.
What are we doing? You getting ready to
Make ice cores?
freeze the world?
Yes. It's gonna take millions of years. Unless you believe in the young Earth.
All right, so tell me what you're doing now.
We're labeling the layers.
Okay. So what kind of things can you tell from these?
Bubbles and colors.
And which one's like more thicker? See how
Yeah.
this side's more thicker than this one?
Okay, so what does that tell us?
That means there was more snowfall in that one.
Okay, cool.
And you can see like the crystallized stuff inside of it.
So what does that represent?
And you could,
I think it's gas, to be honest with you.
you can see little bubbles through like this top layer.
So where did the bubbles come from originally?
The
Well,
air.
Yeah.
Right, so the atmosphere, the gas in the atmosphere got into the snow, right, through the water cycle.
Yeah.
Good morning. And yesterday was a good fundraiser day. Everything went really well. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed hanging out and serving with the people that we were working with, and it was a good time. It's always fun when we do something like that. Everybody just sort of jokes around in the kitchen, and I don't know, it's just a good time. So it felt good. It was a good day. We made a little money for the UMW, and they always support really great projects in the community, and they also support the church. We can't thank them enough for everything that they've done over the years to keep the church supported. So it's a wonderful group. They did not have as many people at the fundraiser as they did last time when they did the barbecue. I don't know if it's that the barbecue was more popular or just that people were out and about doing other things yesterday. I'm not really sure. The barbecue on a Thursday night? It was a Saturday also, so I don't know.
I don't think we advertised this as much.
Maybe it was the advertising, could be.
I wasn't personally
A lot of people were talking and asking us, but maybe we just underestimated how much advertising we need to do. I don't know. It's we're on our way to church, and then we have a couple of errands to run at the beach. So we're gonna go eat lunch out there at one of our regular go-to spots. Yesterday I was very productive. I got in this mode of cleaning my closet and going through some boxes that I had not gone through since we moved.
Hallelujah.
I know it's been bothering me, but it's like it was all this stuff that like I really was not looking forward to going through it. So I just was putting it off, and it just sat there. So I have another one in the bathroom that I need to do the same thing with. Maybe since I'm on a roll, I'll try to do that tonight and get it out of there so that I have more organization. Anyway, I need to figure out a day to take all of that stuff because I cleared out so much stuff out of my closet and it was really nice. Like it looks so much better in there. I'll show you pictures of it later. I reorganized my clothes because they were starting to get kind of like not in the right places in the closet, which it's really hard to find what you need to get dressed in the morning if things are like all mixed up together. So on the schedule for this week, we have decided, because of our trip to Granada, we've decided to go ahead and do house inspecting again this summer. We weren't sure if we were going to do it, but they messaged us and said, hey, are you guys coming back? Because we've done it 2 years in a row for the same company now. And it's really not a difficult job. It's so much easier than the cleaning itself. Like our cleaners, like I have a big heart for them because we were cleaners for a number of years, and it is the hardest job. You make good money, but it's a really hard job. Anyway, the inspecting is a lot simpler because you just go through and touch things up and, you know, just check everything off to make sure that it's all right. So we're the final eyes on the house to make sure it looks nice before everybody comes in. Anyway, they called us and asked us if we would come back, and we now live a lot further from the central location of all the houses. So we weren't sure we wanted to do it because it wasn't really worth it with the money, but they offered us an extra $100 a day, which like pays for our gas and gives us a raise from what we had last year. So apparently they like us. So I'm excited to do that again. We really kind of enjoyed it once we got there. It's just the driving out there. That's the issue. It's far away. So anyway, I'm going to be doing that this summer, and that will bring in an extra probably $3,000 over the summer. If we don't spend it, then that will really help us on our way to our vacation fund. We don't don't know what's going to happen with summer school yet. They're still going back and forth on it. They haven't made a final announcement, but we did let them know that we're interested if that's something that happens. So if that happens, then we'll be in really good shape. But we signed up for 12-month pay this year, so we're going to get our regular checks over the summer, which we haven't always gotten. So we should be able to, no matter what, put some money away. We are doing our taxes today, so after we get back from our errands and lunch, we need to go over to the school because we don't have the greatest internet at our house, and sit and go through our taxes. And we have not received the second stimulus, so we're going to apply for the second one and the third one. So we should get that back on our taxes. Friday, we have to go after work and sign up for, like, basically fill out our new paperwork for the inspecting job and just go over any changes that the company has made or regulations that they have for this year, so that we understand how everything is being done. So yeah, so we have a pretty, like, not lazy, but like normal week ahead of us. Our meetings are on Friday, so I think this week I might end up having some pop-up meetings. I'm on a committee for AIG, which, did you miss him? A little squirrely. Did you miss him? I didn't hear anything.
He's not dead on the road, so maybe he got away.
We're trying to kill squirrels. Not really. Anyway, we tried to avoid him. I think we avoided him. We might have some pop-up meetings for the AIG committee, which is like the gifted program. So we are revamping our AIG program this year. It has sort of like fallen off to the wayside. It was sort of combined with the MTSS program, which is like our intervention, our tiered intervention in North Carolina. So we are taking it out of that and making it a distinct entity again. And I think the reason why it was combined was because of the fact that we have a small, like, school with not that many people in it. So as far as staff, so it was like a way to make it more streamlined and not have as many meetings, to mix the AIG with the MTSS. But the problem with that is that our AIG has been sort of neglected as a result of combining them. We haven't had enough strong focus. So we are in the process of reevaluating all students whose parents would like them to be considered for the program, and, you know, bringing in some new students into our group of AIG students. So I'm excited about what that holds for them and the special opportunities that they'll get to have. So we have some work to do on that. It's at the beginning, and if you've ever served in a committee in the beginning, you know that there's a big push at the beginning. There's a lot of, like, extra work to do to get it up and running. Then once it's running, it's not too bad, and you just have your regular meetings and, you know, check on your progress and things like that. So we're in the beginning phases. So I could have like a Monday or Wednesday or both pop-up meeting for those after the students are done. This step that we take, like, feels like a relief, and it's hard going back to, you know, our old ways of doing things, but at the same time, it's so nice to have the kids back in the classroom. And the more announcements they make to, like, relax things, the more parents are comfortable with bringing their kids back. So we've slowly had a trickle of students come back. In fact, I need to look at my seating today and we go over to the school for a little while, because I have some students coming back. I need to make sure there's enough seats for them at the tables. Going to church, we're going to do the thing. We're going to eat lunch, do errands, work on taxes. Kind of a, like, boring Sunday, but hopefully we'll get some relaxation time in as well. So I will catch up with you a little bit later.
It's supposed to be really beautiful down there on the golf course.
it, and you want that or no? Tomato's good.
Apparently a lot of people don't like tomatoes.
On the chicken salad sandwich.
It's not a sandwich. It's just chicken salad with I think I'm gonna put some sweetener in mine today. A little bit. Just feel like I want that little bit of sweet. So what do you want to do when we go on our trip? Like, do you have specific things you would like to do, like while we're in Granada?
Not really. There's a couple of old colonial forts though, where the spicy rum trade went through.
That's pretty cool.
Which, and I think one of the breweries, is it a brewery or a distillery? One of the distilleries is right there too. That would be really neat. No, it's just a beautiful place. And right now,
Just relax.
yeah, just relax.
Might see what kind of excursions we could go on.
Yeah, something like that. Something fun.
I'm on a quest right now to figure out my personal style. I've been listening to so many Erin Busby videos. She has great videos on personal style, on finding it, on maintaining your style after age 40. So it's a great one. She's a great one for me to subscribe to. But I have been looking for a color palette that I could use for my spring and summer wardrobe. So I've been adding to my basics slowly, buying some of the things that she suggests for your spring and summer wardrobe checklist for your basics. And then I've been refining the clothes that I have to fit a color palette of colors that I love. And then getting rid of things that I don't really love so that I don't have a lot of excess in my closet. I have to say that this approach has really helped me get on top of my laundry. I didn't realize how much easier it would be to find my clothes in the morning if everything was out of my closet that I wasn't wearing like all the time, that I didn't love. And I've kind of been thinking this way anyway because I've been listening to the Minimalist Mom. Her podcast and her YouTube videos are great for kind of having a taste of minimalism and simplifying your lifestyle, simplifying the things that you own in your home so that you have more time for the things that you love to do. And so I started, weeding out my clothes. I started before we moved, actually. And then I've gone through my clothes probably 2 more times since October, and I really feel like I'm finally getting to the point where things are streamlined and I really love the things that I have. So I reorganized my closet and I'm trying a few new little things. I'm trying to buy my color palette. I picked a color palette that I found that was from wedding palettes that were online. I found one that I really liked. It is like a retro fall color palette, and it has some really bright colors in it. What I realized was a lot of people who talk about identifying your colors and simplifying your wardrobe and having basics, they talk about a capsule wardrobe, but a lot of the capsule wardrobes are very neutral. And I am a big artsy person and I love color. So I actually found a video, and I'll link it up here in the corner, but one of the YouTubers that I listen to, she actually talks about how to take a capsule wardrobe and inject color into it without messing with the number of items. So you can still have a refined wardrobe and have fewer pieces, so there's less to maintain if you are careful about where your patterns and your color pops are. So I'll link that for you. It's a short video, but I really enjoyed it. And it totally changed my mindset about capsule wardrobes and helped me really make some decisions in my own closet. So I'm taking a picture of myself in different outfits that I wear every day, and I'm going to try to do it for 6 months, maybe even a year, and then I'm going to look back at the patterns and try to use that to identify my personal best style. So that was another suggestion that she gave. Hello, today is Wednesday, March the 24th, 2021. I'm just giving you a quick update. I'm gonna have to end this video sooner than I had planned because I was hoping that I would have my Everlywell test results back by today. I just received a message that said that they were having problems with processing. I think probably due to COVID, they don't have as many employees working right now. So my processing of my results is delayed. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up and let you know that I will touch base with you later on once I find out my results. But I will tell you that I have made a few adjustments to my diet and it does seem to be helping a little bit. And I am losing a little bit of weight now, very slowly, but hopefully with the warm weather, we've had some really nice days, like even into the low 70s recently. So I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to start doing some walking. I'm going to try to do some of that starting tomorrow. So I will keep you posted on my weight loss goals and my health goals. But for now, that's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed this. If you like my channel, please make sure to hit the subscribe button and the little bell so you'll get notifications anytime I make a new video. And if you want to see something that you haven't already seen or you like a certain type of video, please leave me a comment. I would love to hear your feedback so that I can adjust my channel to the things that you really love to see. All right, everyone, have a great day and don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will happen. Bye-bye.